Hi, I'm Daryl, co-founder of Augmentus, the world's first full-stack and code-free AI robot programming platform. Thank you, PAK organizing committee, for giving us this opportunity to be part of the feature. Really appreciate it. So I've got some questions to run through now, so let's just get down right to it. First question, what do you think of the PAK Challenge 2020 and how has this challenge helped you and your team? I mean, the PAK Challenge is incredible. I believe it's the largest student-centric startup pitching competition in Singapore. And to be able to meet and interact and be part of this community of student entrepreneurs and hustlers from all over Singapore, from different universities, I think it's a very rare opportunity. And just seeing and knowing that these companies are out there and they are doing some really incredible things. I mean, I think Skillio is one of the finalists as well. They're doing soft skill developments and trainings. So it's really exciting and inspiring just to see all these student entrepreneurs, even in the midst of midterms or finals, right? They are still hustling out to achieve their dreams. That alone is really something that is really, I'm just privileged to be part of this community. Yeah. So thank you, PAK. And in terms of actual value add, I think one of the biggest ones I receive is from the judges and the panelists. So I think last week we had the semi-finalists for the PAK Challenge, and the judges gave so much valuable insights and feedback, as well as they asked a lot of deep probing questions to our company, which made me think a lot more deeper into how do we strategize and how do we achieve long-term KPIs and objectives. So really thank you, PAK, for this opportunity, and I think I learned a lot from this short few months in this program. Okay, next question. How are you feeling so far getting to the finals? I mean, there's only one word I can describe, and that's excitement. Nervous, of course, but more towards excitement because I just can't wait to be sharing our solution, our product, and how exactly are we revolutionizing the robotics industry in the coming weeks in the finals. So we are also taking into account the feedback and the insights that we have already received from the judges last week from the semi-final round. So I'm very excited to try to improve on that and see whether the judges are receptive to that and whether or not there's even further improvements that we can make towards our pitch to better position ourselves to revolutionize this industry. Okay, next question. Could you share briefly about your idea and the team behind it? So the team behind Augmentus is people with domain expertise in robotics and automation. So we have experience from A-Star, System Engineering, Seagate, GovTech, Citibank, and NUS. And I think we realized through these experiences, we realized that there's a tremendously high barrier for robotics and automation. And this is particularly due to the high difficulty in programming industrial robotic systems. So just to give you a good example, imagine that you already own a robotic system and your component part of the process were to change by even a little bit. It can cost tens to even hundreds of thousands of dollars just to reprogram and redeploy this one system. So that is why we built Augmentus. Augmentus is a full stack platform that simplifies and unifies industrial automation by enabling non-technical users, so people with no experience in robotics, to be able to develop and deploy these robotic systems, as well as reprogram and operate them post-deployment. So we hope that we are able to drastically lower the barrier for companies to adopt robotic systems, and we are on a mission to democratize robotic automation. Okay, next question. How do you know when you had the right idea? I mean, this is a good question, and I think every company has a different answer to this question. For us, when we first started out Augmentus, our product was radically different from what it is now. I mean, the product that we had in mind, the solution. And I think it's very normal for startups, right? The solution changes all the time, but the problem tends to remain a bit more the same. So at the beginning, we spoke to so many different customers and users. So MNCs, SMEs, robotic manufacturers, robotic engineers. And through those validation processes, we realized that yes, the problem does exist, but our solution needed to be tweaked quite a fair bit in order to really solve that problem statement, that specific problem statement. Because as a startup, you have to operate with limited resources, right? That's the whole, I think, in my opinion, that's the whole definition of a startup. How do you have success with limited resources? So we had to really prioritize what we want to build, what we want to validate, what we want to acquire as a client. So I think that entire process took us months, and we only really knew when we had a really solid solution or idea is when the customer or the people that we spoke to said, yes, I want a solution. When is the product ready? I want to pay for it. When is the early access? When is the trials? When is the demos? That is when you know you're onto something. that's pretty life-changing and revolutionary. So for us, that happened sometime around mid last year, and we just hustled on and doubled down from there with client acquisitions and product development as well.
Well, Skillio is an AI-powered soft skills development platform. We empower education institutions to capture and track soft skills development of their students in the program that they run in school. Right? I met my team in university, and we felt strongly about how unprepared youths are for the future of work. And ever since, we have then bootstrapped our way here to where we are today. And we look to continue the work that we are doing to help empower more youth for the uncertain future ahead through soft skills development. We started to know that we had the right idea when we managed to close our first client, just an MVP built using Google Forms and Coda, right? That indicated to us that the pain point is painful enough for our client to be willing to pay for it. This gave us the confidence to continue to build on our idea, as we know that somebody is willing to pay for this pain point that they had. That sort of gave us the indication to move along in the right direction. I would say that age is a number. It's a number. As long as you are passionate about the problem that you are solving, give it your best and be open-minded to learn along the way from mentors, from other peers that are starting out as well. This will be an awesome learning journey for everybody. Thank you.
My name is Adriel and this is Trusian, and we're from Magorium. We are super excited to have made it to the top 5 teams and believe that this competition has helped us gain valuable experiences. The resources and masterclasses organized have been immensely helpful in our startup journey. This is our very first competition and we were really not expecting much. We joined this mainly to gain exposure, but having gone through the finals, both Trusian and I are extremely excited and we can't wait to pitch our startup on the 10th of October.
Our idea is a technology to convert waste plastic into road construction material. It is both a plastic waste recycling solution and designed to improve road performance. The team behind it consists of Adriel and myself, the co-founders of the startup. The other 2 members include Alfredo, the operations and lab in charge, as well as Xianghua, our advisor and the brains behind the whole idea.
My team and I are honored to be part of PAK Challenge 2020. It's actually our first time participating in this challenge, even though I've heard about it since like 3 years ago when I first entered SMU. This challenge has definitely helped me think a little more about what makes TikTok work. And all the aspects of our pitch will be fine. So things like our business model, our traction in the market so far, our unique selling point, competitive landscape, and virtually everything else. We've had the motivation through PAK to get the whole team familiar with some of these concepts, and it's really been an invaluable opportunity for us. So the idea of TikTok is a mobile-based data labeling platform for supervised learning in AI, machine learning. We label huge data sets of images, text, videos, audio, and that is the most important precursor to developing the most AI solutions in the market today, as well as in the foreseeable future. We do this by crowdsourcing all of these labeling tasks like name entity recognition or bounding box labeling out as micro tasks that can be completed by regular Singaporeans like you and me for actual monetary rewards. My team of 5 undergraduates participating in PAK have diverse backgrounds in AI, finance, operations, UI, UX, marketing, and one thing that we all have in common is that we all know what we're dealing with in AI and deep learning because we've just had so much exposure to the AI market because of TikTok. 3 of us, including me, are double degree business IS students in SMU, and the other 2 are from NUS and SUTD. We've also onboarded 2 AI professionals from a well-known NLP AI startup in Singapore to serve as our advisors. There were also SMU alumni that were high flyers back in the day. This is a team that I'm very proud of assembling, and I can't wait to see what happens 1 month from now or 2 months, a year from now, because I really believe that the future shines bright on us. So the PAK Challenge, this competition, is something I feel any undergraduate with an idea should definitely participate in as long as you have an idea that you believe in. Don't worry about juggling your academics so much. It's definitely going to be a tough journey. One that could start with the PAK challenge, but being a startup founder is really also about personal growth, right? Even if you're still doing maybe 4 mods a sem or juggling your startup, if you're really committed enough, anything's possible. I understand that I understand it's the best, and I talk to other startup founders every single day about their problems and as well as mine. Love sharing. So don't be afraid to reach out if you ever want to talk or discuss synergies.
So with regard to the idea, I think fundamentally we were very interested to see how we could use external data to actually drive business results. I think the one thing that we all see is that external data is just increasing. The amount of data on people, on companies is just becoming so valuable. It's strange that people aren't using it to run their businesses. So we really wanted to take that and grab that full opportunity. In terms of the team behind it, we are quite. I think we have quite an impressive team. We have 3 partners, both of which my 2 other partners are technical partners. So one develops the algorithms that extract data, and then the other is developing the interactive, dashboards and sort of the interface. And obviously my job is to try and sell. So I think the team behind it is more than capable to drive this business forward. Right. 4th question. So how did we know when we had the right idea? Basically, I think when we started to see a lot of interest in it, I think it has only been 4 months, and 4 months we're looking at several clients and already producing a revenue. We knew it from a very early stage because there were clients that approached us to pay for our services even before the product had been developed, and so that was a good indicator for us. Last questions. So for future PAK Challenge participants, I think that this is a great platform for you to showcase what you might have in terms of a business idea, whether you're at a very early stage or at a slightly more mature stage. And I think the competition is set up to really bring out that in the participants. So if you have something like that, I would encourage you to join this competition and see what it could bring for you. Thank you.